Hello, I'm Effie, a licensed tour guide with Corfu Perspectives Guide Tours. We want to share with you some stories about places and people you may know about, but there are still a lot of secrets to be discovered. Today we are talking about the Giallinas mansion. After many years of neglect, the restorations of Angelos Giallinas mansion have finally begun. Angelos Giallinas, a Corfiot-born landscape painter best known for his watercolor paintings, was born in 1857 and lived much of his life in Corfu. Originally from the Greek island of Corfu, Angelos Giallinas grew up in aristocratic circles. While in Corfu, he first studied under Haralabobachi before moving on the Italy's capital cities of Rome and Naples to complete his education. While the Italian Vendudisti impacted his early works, his interest in aquarelles grew, and it was through this technique that he was able to communicate some of his most complete expressions. He returned to Corfu in 1878 and established a home there. He painted primarily in watercolors, a medium in which he excelled, producing works of unmatched beauty as a result of his inspiration from his birthplace. He began participating in Athens' Pan-Hellenic exhibition soon after, and in 1886 he had his first solo exhibition. There, he met Francis Clairford, a British ambassador, who commissioned him to paint collections of landscapes from Venice, Spain, Rhodes, and Constantinople, as well as organizing exhibits for Giallinas in Athens, London, and Spain, and introducing him to European royal circles. The London Graves Gallery had 5 exhibits by Giallinas. The ambassador and members of the aristocracy of British society to whom Ford presented and praised Giallinas, including the royal family, were clearly enchanted by the artist's paintings, with their peaceful vistas of Corfu and famous monuments of Attica. Angelos Giallinas was Greece's first outstanding watercolor painter with a European perspective. Giallinas' clientele included among many European aristocratic families the Duchess of York and later Queen Mary of England, the priestly couple of Wales, the royal family of England, the imperial family of Japan, and Kaiser William of Germany, who in 1907 and 1908 invited him to create the frescoes of Achillean Palace, his summer residence in Corfu. Later in life, Giallinas exhibited in Berlin and Paris. In 1902, Giallinas founded the Artistic School of Corfu, his own private art school in which he taught as well. His largest exhibition came in 1918 at the Gallery d'Art Geo in Athens. 9 works of Giallinas belong to the royal collection, one of which hung in the royal yacht. A major retrospective of his work was held at the National Gallery of Greece in 1974. There are several public and private collections where his art may be found. Angelos Giallinas predominantly worked in watercolor, bringing pictures to paper with sensitivity and spontaneity unique to this medium, but also paying close attention to detail, which he achieved through great drawing skills and an exact placement of clean, bright color regions. The Angelos Giallinas Gallery's collection comprises 586 works, watercolors and oil paintings organized into 16 subject sections. In these, Corfu city, countryside and people, as well as its gardens, landscapes and churches, interact with Greece's remarkable archaeological structures as well as the unique landscapes of the countries visited by the artist. In his famous watercolors, Angelos Giallinas portrays the Corfiot light, the lyrical environment with its unique dampness, and the iridescent hues with their transparency, correctness, and honesty. Angelos Giallinas died at the age of 82 in Corfu in 1939. His son, Stamos Giallinas, who did not have children before his death, requested the establishment of a cultural institution in the family's apartment to preserve his father's paintings. His residence in Corfu Town's Spianada Square was converted into an art gallery in 1992, and a foundation was founded to administer and promote his work. With the passage of time, the structure began to show signs of wear and tear. A total of 15 artworks were stolen in September 2010, with the majority of them being recovered in November 2016. The paintings were subsequently moved to the building of Corfu's Municipal Art Gallery in order to be saved from the ravages of time and humidity. The Angelos Giallinas Foundation owns the mansion of Galinas, which is designated as a historical preservable monument by the Ministry of Culture and consists of a ground floor, 2 stories, and a habitable sub-roof. The building has a total size of 1,534 square meters. Angelos Giallinas purchased the building from the Guardano family in 1885 and moved in with his wife Angeliki Topali and their 2 children in the early 20th century. The painter had his studio in this building as well. Elizabeth Giallinas, Stamos Giallinas' wife, died in 1998. She had inherited the mansion and served as the first president of the Angelos Giallinas Art Gallery Foundation. On the first floor, the Giallinas mansion features a portico with arches and a balcony, and it, like other structures in town, has undergone several renovations and extensions to suit the demands of each inhabitant. Since the Venetian time, the structure has been developed in numerous phases and has taken on its current form as a consequence of the union of 4 buildings. The main structure was created by combining 2 adjoining buildings from the 17th century, and it most likely coexisted with a 3rd structure on the side. The 2nd floor and the whole back structure are later additions, since the building was enlarged in height and width around 80-40 according to designs by Corfiot architect Ioannis Chronis, giving the building practically its current appearance. Nonetheless, it is an example of a large urban house with distinct morphological aspects typical of Corfiot urban architecture, making it a significant landmark in Corfu's architectural history. The structure is situated on an 800 square meters plot, of which 500 square meters are covered by the structure. On the side, there is a courtyard, and on the rear, there are 2 smaller outdoor areas. Stones and solid bricks were used to construct the outside walls of both the earliest and later structures. The interior walls and floor are made of wood. The building's color are soft yellow on the walls and white around the windows and shields, evoking various Venetian houses. Two flats are located on the first level. The largest apartment on this floor was Angelos Giallinas' personal dwelling. The painter's furnishing, personal possessions, as well as the easel he used in most of his works was all inside the flat before it was evacuated due to substantial damage to the structure. Corfiot writer Konstantinos Theotokis spent the last year of his life in the side building. He was a notable figure in narrative writing, as well as a translator, scholar, and poet, and he is often regarded as the father of the Greek social novel. He was also known for his linguistic skills, since he was fluent in 6 current languages and 5 ancient languages. Doctors discovered that he had an incurable illness in 1922. After that, he returned to Corfu Town with his wife, Ernestina von Malovic, Baroness of Bohemia, and they resided in the Giallinas building until his death in 1923 at the age of 51. The mansion is undergoing renovations currently, which will take around 2 years to complete. Angelos Giallinas' artwork will be returned to the house where he formerly resided and created the majority of his works, which will also serve as the official building of the Angelos Giallinas Art Gallery. If you like this story and want to know more, check out our blog at corfuguidedos.com. Thanks for watching.